So what I wanted to do today was take a look at a character that I feel could definitely make a return at some point, and there are a few characters I think could definitely return at some point, but I feel like this one would probably be a really good idea. And if you can't tell from the title and the thumbnail already, it is Sherry Birkin. So Sherry's last appearance was in Resident Evil 6. She was an agent who was tasked with getting Jake back to the US safely, so they could use his blood to create a cure for the current virus going around in that game. Obviously before that, she is one of the few survivors of the Raccoon City incident with Leon and Claire. And of course her parents being Annette and William Birkin, who are pretty much the main villains I would say of Resident Evil 2. You know, they created the G-Virus and it got loose, and you know, Birkin obviously gets infected and he kind of is like a big boss you fight throughout that game. And it turns out, you find out in Resident Evil 6 that she actually kind of has the G-Virus inside of her body still, and it does kind of like just kind of linger there, like it doesn't actually like mutate her at all. It just kind of sits there idly, and you know, when she gets injured later on in the game, she has like these regenerative powers, which is interesting because you don't really know it's a thing until that moment. And it does kind of beg the question, you know, why isn't this character more used or more important in future games? Kind of makes you wonder, if Jake's so important to go after because he has the blood that could cure the current virus, what about Sherry? Like, surely she has some importance because she can kind of contain the G-Virus within herself without it kind of overtaking her, which is interesting. So I feel like that could be a main point of her character if she was to be brought back in the future series. Maybe there's another company, you know, for example, a company like the Connections we have at the moment. Maybe they find out Sherry exists and she is the kind of like sole person who still has the kind of genetics for the G-Virus inside of her body, and they want to find it to harness the power of it and kind of recreate what happened to Raccoon City again, you know, like a smaller terrorism group similar to the one we see in the Revelations game, who try and kind of threaten to unleash a virus. Maybe that's what they want to do too. More importantly as well, you know, Sherry has connections to older characters. You know, she meets Chris in Resident Evil 6, and he is aware of who she is because Claire has told him, so that does kind of mean that, in a way, Chris, Claire, and Sherry could be in a game together. Obviously Leon as well. Leon does know who Sherry is as well, and again, meets her again in Resident Evil 6 and does remember who it is before she even says anything. So it's interesting that they haven't brought the character back in some way yet. A lot of people have said that she does feel like a character that would more suit a Revelations game rather than a mainline game, but either way you could pretty much do it in either of those scenarios. But yeah, I do think out of all the characters that have been kind of left behind, that she has the potential to be a good one. There are a few others as well, and I will be making videos on those characters as well, because with Resident Evil 9 kind of somewhat around the corner and it potentially ending the story for one of the original characters, you really gotta think, you know, will they bring back lesser used characters in future games? Or will they introduce new characters? And if they were to bring back old characters, you know, who would they be? And I think that Sherry is probably a good option for one of those characters. But that's pretty much going to do it. Short one today, but I just kind of wanted to get the point out there that maybe it's potential that it could happen. If you agree, do let me know. If you want to see a different character that hasn't been used in the world come back more so than Sherry, do let me know. And as always guys, remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more Resident Evil content if you are new. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.